Hi! Today we are talking about jewelry style. I'm going to do the My Jewelry Style tag, and it was started by Jill Maurer, and I saw Andrew do it. I will link both of their channels below so you can check them out also. So if you are a jewelry person or you'd like to know different styles that other people do, stick with me and let's get into it. I have the list of questions here to read off, so because I couldn't memorize them. The questions, there are 13 questions. I'll try not to be too wordy, if you know me at all. Good luck with that, right? What was your first piece of jewelry and do you still have it? Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. My very first piece of real jewelry, besides the leather, it was like a tooled leather snap-on bracelet that I had when I was much younger. I loved that thing. It said Jenny, and I loved it. It had my name on it because my name was odd back then. It didn't become popular till many years later. So it said Jenny. I loved it so much, and it was stolen. So anyway, it's neither here nor there. Besides my Jenny bracelet, my very first piece of actual real jewelry, gold, that type of thing, was this ring. And I'm going to insert pictures because this is going to be so hard to see most likely for some of these things. This ring is a gold ring with a pearl in the middle and two diamonds, little tiny diamonds on each side. My parents got me this when I turned 16. So this is my sweet 16 ring. I wore this every single day. I mean, all the way through high school, you know, I just absolutely love this ring. This was my special, special ring. And the pearl is my birthstone, well, one of them. So that made it even more special. And we'll talk about that more later too. So that's my very first piece of jewelry. And funny enough, when I was looking for that, when I found my second piece, this is something I saved and saved for. I was in college, and in my French class, there was this girl. She was so pretty and just so put together, and she had a ring like this, and I loved it. So I just started saving and saving for it. And I did finally buy it, and then years later, I made it smaller to be like a pinky ring. So anyway, it's just one of those gold shrimp rings, they call them. Just loved it. Just loved it. Wore that to pieces. So that was what I wore all through college. Okay, number 2, do you prefer silver or gold? I don't have a preference, but yeah, I do both. I do absolutely both, which gets me into trouble because there are times when I know I want a special piece, but I cannot for the life of me decide which tone. Do I want it in the silver or do I want it in the gold? So this is an example. I have these tennis bracelets. They're a little bit different designs. I'm not sure if you can see the different designs, but I love them. And one of them is white gold and one of them is yellow gold because I could not decide. And yeah, I used to wear these daily, one or the other or both together all the time. But then years ago, I guess I kind of stopped. But I think now I'm starting to more. I have worn them in the last few days or weeks actually. And yeah, I'm loving them all over again. I think they look especially nice on my watch wrist with my watch. So I'm loving that so much. But yes, I have trouble between silver and gold. I have both in many things. Is your jewelry style big and bold or small and dainty? Again, both. Okay, in case you didn't notice, I'm a Gemini and we are the twin sign, and we're like yin and yang. Everything, I see both sides to everything. Everything. I have two sides to me. So yeah, same with silver tone and gold tone jewelry. And same with big bold style and dainty style. I have tiny little dainty things, mostly bold though. I mean, very much mostly bold. But like these earrings, I love these earrings. They're these like upside down threader kind of hoop things. I love these. They're just a tiny little dainty gold wire. And it just, you know, threads right into your ear hole. You know, it just hangs there. And so it's kind of a bold statement, but it's a very delicate, small, you know, piece of gold. So if I do something that's, you know, larger on my ears, especially, it'll be a dainty, larger thing, if that makes any sense. You won't see me in like big tassels. You know what I mean? It has to be kind of an airy, see-through piece of gold or something if it's gonna be big. But for bracelets and watches and things, I tend to go for bold. As a matter of fact, I like gemstones in, you know, large settings. You know, I just think they're beautiful and I really like to showcase them. So I will have one ring on besides my wedding band or whatever, and it'll be something larger, you know? I tend to like to do that. Do you wear all fine jewelry, all costume, or a mix? Mostly it has to be all fine, and that's only because of my ridiculous allergies. I actually have a doctor who did this contact testing on me. I had 135, I think, scratches done on my back where they tested that, you know, what I was allergic to and so forth. And that narrows things down for me. So basically, yes, I do have to have, in general, especially around my neck or in my ears, definitely in my ears, it has to be either gold or platinum. Since I've known for quite a while that I have this allergy because, you know, whenever I put an earring in, it would sting. Even Tiffany silver, I cannot even put them in my ears. Before I've even got them in completely, it stings so bad. And sterling silver Tiffany necklaces, the chain itself just turns black and I get an itchy rash all around. I don't know what that is. I don't know why, but it is. So I've learned the hard way to just go with, you know, gold or platinum. There are a few jewelry lines that I have found that don't bother me if I wear them for a short period of time though. I've definitely tried wearing costume jewelry on my wrist and that works out okay for a short period of time, such as like my Hermes Click H. It's not real, you know, it's not real silver or real gold. Those do work. I do not break out in any kind of a rash. Do you wear the same pieces of jewelry every day or do you mix it up? I mix it up, but I do have my few pieces that I do tend to wear most often. In general, I love my jewelry and I love to find ways to wear them, you know, the different pieces. I will even plan an outfit around some jewelry pieces sometimes because I just love it. I get a lot of joy out of them, all the pieces. So yes, I do mix it up, but have my few pieces like this, Tiffany Diamonds by the Yard. It's just this little solitaire. I wear this mostly almost all the time. There are times I'll put a different other little necklace on or I will layer it with something. That happens a lot also, but I'm almost always wearing that if I have a necklace on many times. So that's a definite. My wedding situation is I have a shameful amount of anniversary bands and I will wear one of those or my wedding set, you know, as my ring. This is an anniversary band. So yeah, one of those I will wear all the time. Earring wise, almost always what you'll see me in are either little diamond studs or my little huggy hoops. I have little gold hammered huggy hoops, tiny little things. And I also have them, I found some in white gold. So I've got the little ones too. And they're just small. I tend to like more small things on my ears and go bold on my wrists and my hands. I don't know. So there's that. Are your ears pierced? And if so, how many piercings? Funny story. I have my normal piercings. I was 9 years old when I had that done, and my sister nor my mother, I believe, had pierced ears at the time. We all wanted them. Well, the jeweler, this is the 70s, okay? The jeweler would not pierce your ears unless you were 10 years old or older. Well, I wasn't yet. It was like my 9th birthday or something. But we went in there and my mom, of course, took me and she convinced him, yes, go ahead, it's fine, you know. So I was the guinea pig of the three of us and I got mine done first. So I got my ears pierced at age 9, just the two sides, and everything went perfectly well with that. And then one day in high school, I was off at a band weekend thing. I was a flag twirler captain. I don't know if you know what that means, but anyway, I was. And we'd take bus trips to go perform and stuff for, you know, contests and things. And was there one time between contests, we were at some mall somewhere, and in those kiosks in the middle of the mall in the 80s, I got another one done. Now this was the, you know, it was a super cool thing to do at the time to just have one other, you know. Didn't ask my mom, you know, I was probably 17. Just whatever, you know. That was probably the biggest rebel thing I ever did. But yeah, I have another one pierced here on this side only, and have not worn an earring in that hole for, oh my gosh, 25, 30 years. I wonder if I can even get anything in there. Let's see. Is that it? No. Wrong hole. Did I? I did! Look, I got it in. Okay, this is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I'm absolutely amazed by that. Oh, look. Now if I get my other one done, I can have double piercings. Oh, I might just do that. That's hilarious. I honestly had no idea. Okay, I might have to just wear this the whole rest of the time. All right, let's see, what's the next question? Number 7, anything else pierced if you care to share? Sure, I'm honest. I have nothing else pierced. No, and even if I did, I can't even imagine like what it would be. You know, I don't even have like something I think, if I was forced to have something else pierced, what would I choose? I guess this other hole here. Number 8, if you have or had a wedding or engagement ring, did you help select it or was it a total surprise? Are you kidding me? I knew if I was hopefully going to be wearing this thing for the rest of my life, I wanted it to be something that I really liked. I mean, there's definitely the romantic vibe that I'd be missing out on with the surprise ring. I get that. But my husband will be the first one to admit he's hopeless when it comes to choosing anything out, you know, for me. He can't. It's not good. We've known this from the start, even before the start. So, yes, I definitely had a big part in choosing mine, you know, the shape of the diamond and so forth. And what I got was they're soldered together, but my engagement ring, it's this one here. It's a pear-shaped solitaire with a Tiffany setting. And then I had these soldered together, my little wedding band with the little diamond sprinkles on top. And this is my wedding set. So wear this quite a bit, but I tend to wear my anniversary bands a little bit more often now. Never part with it. I love it. Do you wear rings on other fingers or just stick with your ring finger? I wear rings. I had that one pinky ring and I couldn't stand it. It was not working for me when I got this ring switched to a pinky ring. I mostly always wear it on my ring finger. My pointer finger is the newest thing I've started wearing something on my pointer finger, but I wear things on my middle a lot. You know, I stick a bold piece on my middle finger. So yeah, that's something that I will do more often than not, is it'll go on my middle finger. This is one I wear a lot also. So yeah, pointer, middle, or ring. I've never ever even put a ring on my thumb. Like not even tried it. Isn't that weird? It just occurred to me. I'll have to do that sometime. What is your birthstone? Okay, I'm June. My birthday is in June, so I'm a Gemini, and the traditional birthstone is Alexandrite. And Alexandrite, it's really cool though when you think about it, because Alexandrite is a stone that depending on the light, it turns a different color. So Gemini, twin, 2 different sides, that kind of thing is just a cool idea. So Alexandrite can be anything depending on the light between like a deep dark purple Merlot type of a color or a green, like almost a forest green even at times. And moving from inside to outside changes. Because of that and because of its rarity, it's extremely expensive, especially anything that's larger than like a tiny little chip, you know? And to have those actual color changing properties is even more rare, so it's difficult. Someday, I really would like to have an Alexandrite piece of some sort. I really would. But until then, and I think this is why they did this, since that is the traditional one, until then they made for pearl. So pearls are easier to find, and I got my pearl for my 16th birthday, and that was wonderful. So yes, pearls also. And I'm not a huge pearl person. Speaking of which, I will show you the pearls that I got from Tahiti from my trip, because I promised you guys I'd show you. So I'll show you those at the end of this. So yeah, there's that. Do you own any jewelry with your birthstone in it? Yes, I guess I answered that. My pearl one here, and someday I will have an Alexandrite. What is your most sentimental piece of jewelry? Sentimental, okay. I think there's one that really sticks with me because it was just special at the time, besides my wedding set, obviously. It was an anniversary, and I knew that I wanted to have a band of diamonds just, you know, across, and I could add it to my wedding set, which is how I wore it most often. And I could put it together, you know, with my set, right? Like this. And when I went looking, I could not decide between this band or this band, okay? So you see that, you know, it was just, this one has 7 smaller diamonds across. There, it was the same carat weight total. 7 little, you know, smaller diamonds across. And it kind of looked better with, you know, the other ring too. Or this one with the larger each of 5 across. And that worked out well too, but this one was kind of better to wear alone. I don't even know if this is focusing at all for you to see any of it. So I could not decide. So my parents happened to be visiting at the time. My kids were little, so after dinner, my mom and dad said, we'll just watch the girls while you guys run to the mall. You guys can, you know, go to the jewelry store and you can show him, you know, and have him help you decide, because I did all the preliminary running around, and then I was to show him what I thought I wanted and so forth. So we went to the mall and I showed him these 2 rings and tried them on with the other ring, and we couldn't decide. We both agreed that this one looked better with the ring, but if I ever wanted to wear it without the other set, this one looked better alone. And I about fell over when my husband just looked right up at the lady and said, "We'll take both." I mean, I know I had to look at him like, I mean, you know, we had 2 small kids, you know, it's not like we were rolling, we were working hard for stuff that, you know, I mean, seriously, that was amazing. And it was so, so wonderful. And so I had played with those 3, you know, in different ways of wearing and so forth, the different set. I could also wear the 2 together, the 2 bands, so much fun. So I had a blast with that. And to me, that was just so beautiful and sweet of him, that was a very important thing for me, and that's probably one of my very most sentimental jewelry buys ever. Is there a piece of jewelry on your wish list? Okay, I've been stalking 2 bracelets lately, and certain friends of mine know, you know, all about this because I keep asking them what they think. I will show you a picture of the 2 bracelets. They're both from David Yurman, and they're both gold. David Yurman gold is hefty in price. It rivals the prices of Cartier. It's up there, right? So I really want to be sure. I want something that is classic enough that I can wear someday to my granddaughter's wedding, because I plan to live to 153. You know what I mean? I want it to be something that will be with me for always. I can wear it with, you know, jeans and a cute sweater, or I can wear it, you know, something fancy. That's my parameters here. Those are my thoughts, my parameters. So I already have some, you know, bolder gold bracelets that I love and I wear all the time. These are both chains. So if that helps you at all, just, you know, these other 2 are not so much. One is an open link chain. It's the continuance bracelet. You'll see that in this picture down there. And the other one is a buckle bangle, you know, the coiled buckle bangle, similar to this one here. You'll see it in the picture. I don't know if this will look dated because it had such a huge following for the longest time, this style. You know, I mean, like, even you'd think, like with my tennis bracelets, when I got these, I would have sworn up and down that they would never look dated. But I'm telling you this, they sure did. In like the 2000s, yes, that, you know, people weren't wearing them as much anymore. And it did kind of look like something you'd had, you know, for 10 years or more. Because this was a huge thing, like early 90s, right? I mean, everybody wanted it then. And it seems like such a classic. How could it possibly be out of style? But in some strange way, it did kind of have an out-of-date look to it. So there you have that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. So those 2 are on my wish list, although I have no idea which one, or even if there's something else out there that I just haven't discovered yet. So I'm waiting to figure that one out. The other thing I'm thinking about is possibly a Cartier Love bracelet. But again, do I do yellow gold or white gold or rose gold? Yeah, because everything I do, I get, you know, in both tones. I just can't seem to. I have a shameful amount of bangles. Both tones, yellow gold, white gold. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, and did any of you go through the current custom phase, getting from the current custom these, you know, hammered cuffs? That was a big thing. And yes, they still work. They're still beautiful, but they definitely, you know, for anyone who went through that time, it definitely speaks of a specific year. The Cartier too, the bracelet, the Love bracelet, even if I could decide on which tone, I don't know that I could wear that thing all the time. I don't know if I could sleep in it. I don't know if I could shower in it. That would drive me bananas, I think. I don't even wear my wedding band when I work out, or I'm getting ready to go and to Pilates. So I don't even wear my wedding band or any jewelry. I'll be taking this off before I go. Now, quickly, before we're done, I want to show you my jewelry that I just got in Tahiti. Of course, I wanted a Tahitian pearl. I'm in Tahiti, don't know if I'll ever be back again. So then again, I could not decide. Do I want white gold or do I want yellow gold? And do I want a ring or do I want a necklace? So yeah, I'm insane. I bought it at the store Tahiti. And my necklace came in this beautiful little box. Nicest man in the world helped me choose this. It's in yellow gold. I chose this pearl specifically because it kind of just really brought out the gold tone in the metals. You can just see that goldish hint to the pearl. So I love this necklace. It is absolutely stunning. So, so gorgeous. And then my husband did it again. He walked up, when I said I'd take this one, he walked up and said, have you looked at this ring? I'm like, let me see. And it's so me, and I love that he chose it, and I got this one too. Here's the box. I love that it's this white gold swirl, almost looks like a wave. And it's quite a large pearl. It's got quite a presence, and it stands up very high. So I'm very careful not to knock it into things. But yes, it's just stunning. So again, didn't know, white gold, yellow gold, couldn't decide. So that way I can wear it with whatever I want, one of the two pieces. So yeah, those were my beautiful finds from Tahiti that I'm so incredibly happy about and blessed to have. So there it is. Those are my answers for the jewelry style tag. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to try to answer them for you. And if anything that I know is available of these items that I can find for you, just ask and I might be able to, you know, find out where you could purchase if you're interested. But most of them, I'm sure I wouldn't be able to, but we'll see. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.